It's a deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bond stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Tap Room Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Stacks on Stacks Lats. Joined with my guys, Mr. Big Ball and Ben Larson, Swervin' Irving, Washington. Super Bowl preview, part 1. Obviously, 2 weeks. There's going to be a lot of Super Bowl talk, so we're going to, we talked about it a little bit on Sunday. We're going to break down a little bit more today. And then we're going to dive in more to some crazy props next week. Gonna hit a little bit today. Gonna be fun, man. Excited. Super Bowl, obviously one of the biggest events of the entire year in the sports world. So very excited we made it this far. Although I'm sad football is ending, but that's okay because then we're 6 months away from college football. So
Better.
Yeah, baseball is right around the corner.
Time.
As we talked about last time, we're going to start getting into our baseball preview starting right after the Super Bowl that week.
February 19th, I think.
15th. 15th, right after day after Valentine's Day.
Yep.
So you're definitely going to want to tap in with that because there's a lot of new stuff in baseball, man. A lot of rule changes, which is going to affect things. We got players moving and et cetera, et cetera. But I do have to mention we are being brought to you by Tavour. Make sure to go to Tavour.com or download the Tavour app straight to your mobile device. Use promo code TAPROOM for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. That's craft beer delivered straight to your front door. You don't even have to leave your front seat, and we are giving you basically 2 free beers. Hallelujah. Let's go. Anyways, moving on. Ben, you got a drink?
I do. I'm drinking the field work today. So this is the Fog Ripper Tropical Sour Ale. So 5.2%. It's one of these sour ones that I actually can drink, but it's passion fruit, cherries, limes, and oranges, and it is very good. Went over to the brewery earlier today, got a freshie, and then picked this up for the show tonight. So I am feeling as good as Tyler Huntley's two touchdown fucking Pro Bowl appearance.
Oh, well, I wasn't planning on talking about the Pro Bowl, but now that you mention it, like, is it time that we just scrap the Pro Bowl?
I'm feeling good like Derek Carr in his Las Vegas Raiders jersey again.
Last time. His final goodbye.
Even though he fucking quit on the team 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, bro, it's
This is fucking stupid.
I don't get it, bro. Like, honestly, is it time that we and the Pelicans don't cover? Awesome, great.
Ain't that a bitch?
Ruined my perfect.
It was just down by 7.
I told you, dude. They had to be down by 4 for me to feel comfortable, man. They fucking bitches. Dude.
Yeah, we're playing fucking flag football out here. It's time to get rid of the fucking Pro Bowl.
Well, the fact that dude, no one wants to the Pro Bowl quarterbacks, the guys that actually get voted into the Pro Bowl, don't even want to be there. Josh Allen's going to play in the fucking Pebble Beach Pro-Am rather than go to the Pro Bowl. I mean, that tells you everything you need to know about the game, in my opinion.
Yep.
Get rid of the fucking thing.
Trevor Lawrence is the best QB out there.
It's insane.
And it's surprising that he's even going. Probably because it's his first one.
It's crazy because the Pro Bowl used to actually be great.
Well, no one really took it serious, but at least the guys would
No,
show
back
up.
in the day, they did take it serious. Up until about 2010, 2011.
Nah. Or I've been watching football a long time.
Because when it was after the Super Bowl, they used to get the winning team used to get a bonus.
Did they?
I think the winning team still gets a bonus, but
Yeah.
nobody cares?
No one cares anymore.
Oh, well, they used to care, especially when Sean Taylor whacked that fucking punter. Those were the days the Pro Bowl meant something.
Well, it's also in Vegas instead of Hawaii, which I think changes things too.
I mean, I don't know, dude. This Pro Bowl's just a joke, dude. It's an absolute joke. I always thought it was a joke. Like the fact that like the rules change, you aren't even allowed to rush the passer. So I mean, like quarterback's just sitting down there, just fucking basically playing 7-on-7.
Yeah, you're not allowed to blitz either, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, it's whatever. Anyways, got a lot to talk about. Big show on deck. So let's hop right into it. We had some news drop today. Before we get to the Super Bowl, 2 head coaches were hired. Sean Payton hired by the Denver Broncos. So if we're keeping record here, let's hold on, let me bring it up real quick. So we're keeping record here. So Denver is giving up 3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, 1 fifth-round pick, and they've given out a 5-year, $242 million contract. Gave away Noah Fant, Drew Lock, Shelby Harris, and they've received Russell Wilson, Sean Payton, 1 third-round pick and 1 fourth-round pick in the last 2 off seasons.
Yikes.
Irv, I know you were telling me earlier you don't mind parting with the first-round pick. I think this was desperation by the Denver Broncos. They got turned down by DeMeco Ryans, turned down by Jim Harbaugh, and they pivoted. Basically said, all right, at this point, we'll do whatever it takes. You know, what's your thoughts on it? Because you're the Broncos fan. What's your thoughts? Obviously, you're not like it.
You got to think it really isn't a first. I'm sorry, I'm jumping in. You weren't going anywhere. So you got to think it really isn't 2 firsts like they were talking about. Being the 29th pick, it really is just 2 second-round picks.
It's still a first-round pick, though. You know.
Yeah, but you don't get that much value at the end of the first round, especially unless somebody just slips unexpectedly, like Johnson did to the Jets. Then you trade up and get him. But if Denver is successful, they would be picking at the end of the first round anyway, so it's not that big of a loss. Honestly, now what they need to do, the draft picks that they do carry over and gonna keep, they just become that much more important. So they just got to make sure that they're evaluating and scouting right with the rest of their draft picks.
Because this is a team that lacks depth. You know, they lack a lot of depth. It showed last year because once they had a couple injuries, they just folded. And coaching had a lot to do.
A couple injuries. We had some of the worst injuries that you could.
Everybody had injuries though.
4 out of so you give me a team that 4 out of your 5 starting offensive linemen get hurt.
Arizona Cardinals.
And they just plug somebody in, and it just goes on like nothing happened.
Well, the Arizona Cardinals had
3rd and 4th round QB.
Yeah, that's even worse.
It happens.
It don't matter what team it is. The drop off from an NFL starter to a 3rd stringer.
Well, the Bengals had 3 backup linemen and won a playoff game.
Okay, but the Bengals have Joe Burrow. They have Jamar Chase, and they ran the ball for the majority of that game.
But that's the problem is you're basically telling me that the Broncos have a great roster, but then you're telling me that they don't.
No, you're not. What? Okay, how many rosters can withstand 4 of their 5 starters being out for 6 weeks plus on the offensive line?
I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, but you know.
Okay, and
that's my point is that they don't have depth.
And who has that much depth at one position in the NFL? Nobody.
Nah, nobody does, but I mean at
Okay,
one
so
position.
you
But I mean,
have-
like Ben said, the Niners were on a 4-string quarterback, dude. That's the worst position you want to be in.
And that happened in the
top with.
NFC Championship game. They got
But they were in the 3rd string. They had a 3rd string quarterback that took them to the championship game.
I get that. That just goes to show how great their roster is, and most of their starters didn't get hurt.
But that's what I'm saying is this team doesn't have depth, and they already don't have draft compensation. Now they're giving up draft compensation. So how are they going to fill this roster?
Okay, no team builds their roster thinking that 20-something players are going to be on IR.
I get it, but no team builds their roster through free agency.
Well, we're not going to build our roster through free agency.
How are you going to build it through the draft? You have no draft picks.
Most of our core players are coming back. Only thing we really need to add, we probably need a right tackle and a right guard. That's about it.
You guys need to sign Mike McGlinchey as your right tackle.
Nah, we're not signing him. What's the use? We might as well keep what we have at right tackle. What's the use of signing Mike McGlinchey? He's not. I
Well,
don't even think he gonna be-
signing free agent linemen is difficult because good offensive linemen don't hit the free agent market, similar to quarterbacks now.
Well, it depends on the situation
Like
because Alex Kappa and what's the name both hit the market and they was damn good linemen.
who? Kappa was good, but who else? Not
Well,
Collins. Collins was
damn good
trash.
till he got hurt.
He was trash. He was
I'm
trash
talking about
when before he got hurt. He was literally like one of the worst graded offensive linemen all season.
for the Cowboys or for the Bengals?
For the
'Cause
Bengals.
He definitely did look trash to me for the Bengals.
Nah, he was bad for the Bengals.
It was night and day when he went out because that Adoniji or whatever that dude name is, that's that way more trash than anything I saw from Collins. But at the end of the day, if the Broncos are going to be a playoff contender, Sean Payton brings you a top 4, top 3 head coach. I'm pretty sure he's going to build a damn good coaching staff. If anybody could fix Russell Wilson, it'll be him. So we'll just see how it works out. Only thing I'm gonna keep saying, if we're not healthy, then it's a wash. So
But you can say that for I mean, you gotta have health.
yeah,
You gotta have
we can't
luck
have
with health.
20 something damn players on IR. So I think they need to fire that training staff.
I think, I said Sean Payton is the best head coach available. However, even as a Cardinals fan, I've been consistent with this. I was not willing to trade draft picks for a head coach, especially because the Cardinals are a roster they have a lot of holes to fill. So trading draft compensation to get a head coach when you need to get better talent just made no sense to me.
Well, we don't have a bunch of holes. We just need to stay healthy. So
Well, even if you do stay healthy, though, that's going to be a problem getting into the playoffs in the
In
AFC
that division. There's a reason why D'Amico Ryans and Jim Harbaugh turned down that job because they don't want to have to face Mahomes and Herbert twice a year.
And then you
that is
you
I
look
can
at the
see
rest of the
Mahomes twice a year, but Herbert, he's a damn good quarterback, but the Chargers are not a juggernaut. So
the Chargers defense is going to be a hell of a lot better than they were this year
If they're healthy.
and they still beat.
Yeah, pass rush, but even when JC Jackson was playing, I didn't see a big difference in their secondary.
Who knows what the Raiders are going to do if they get I mean, who knows what the fuck the Raiders are ever doing, but
Even if the Raiders do get Aaron Rodgers, that he's not going to be able to survive behind that offensive line.
Yeah, but even then, you've got the Bills, you've got the Jets, you've got the Ravens, the Bengals.
yeah, the AFC.
You're going to have a team come out of the AFC South. You've got the Chiefs and the Chargers. There's 2 teams there that aren't going to make it.
The AFC is a deep, damn good conference, but I'll take my chances with Sean Payton.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a good coaching hire. I just think trading the picks does them no justice because it's at the end of the day, if Russell Wilson if he doesn't get fixed, dude, I mean, it's just going to be a shit show, dude.
How much money do they have left?
A lot, dude. They cannot part ways with it for like 3 years, basically.
No. I'm saying for like the cap. How much does
Well,
Denver
they had like 20 million, but the cap's going up like 40 million, so they're gonna have extra cap. But the thing is like it's hard to build a roster in the NFL through free agency. Like you have to draft and develop well. You know what I mean? Because teams that draft and develop well, they don't usually let those guys go until they're washed.
But I mean, you could.
Well, the biggest thing about the draft is you got to hit on a quarterback because if you got a quarterback on a rookie deal, you could do a lot. You got a lot of financial flexibility with the rest of your roster till it comes time to pay that quarterback. Like now, the time is to pay Joe Burrow, and if he wants what he wants, then that's going to cost him some of his weapons. So it all work itself out. But like I said, Denver's going to have some draft picks. They just mean that much more now. So
they got to hit on them. Eagles gonna have to pay Jalen Hurts here soon too.
Yeah, and he's gonna demand that $40-50 million range, especially if we win the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, even getting to the Super Bowl hurts the Eagles in retaining him at a lesser price. You know what I mean? Because he's in the MVP conversation, so no matter what, he's gonna demand a huge contract.
Yeah, and he gonna get paid. Joe Burrow gonna get paid, and it's up to those front offices how they want to shape the rest of the roster. But honestly, I think that
Denver has $12 million to work with.
But the cap's going up like 30 or 40 million.
That's adjusted.
Oh, it is. Are you on Spot Track?
Yeah.
No, you can't adjust it because the new league year haven't started yet.
Yeah, but you have the amount of players signed, how much the
but they can
cap space.
They can cut guys though.
Yeah, but you got to factor in cuts, restructures, all that good stuff.
So Denver has 61 signed. Total cap for the top 51 is 12 left.
But you can. A lot of guys are on non-guaranteed contracts, so you can like cut guys in the NFL. That's the thing. But you look at a guy like Russell Wilson, like they can't cut Russell Wilson because if they do, he's like 80 million dead cap. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, like they don't have a lot of those guys signed. They are gonna have to sign. They are gonna have to like negotiate with Jerry Jeudy, which is gonna cost something. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think as far as like the coaching hire is concerned, I think Sean Payton was the best coach available again. I just think I said all along too, Irv. I said the Broncos were going to be the only team willing to part with draft compensation to get him. They were. I said this from the beginning, and they were the only team that was willing to do it because they will do whatever it takes to fix the corpse of Russell Wilson, and they have to. They paid that guy. They gave up.
At this point, they have to.
They have to. They have to do whatever it takes because they gave up so much to get him, and they signed him to a ridiculous deal. So they had to do whatever it took to try and fix the situation. Now, it's going to be interesting for the Broncos. Let's say they miss the playoffs and they go 7-10 next year. Then what happens? I mean, they're probably going to have to they're probably going to fire the GM, right? And then what? You know, like I think Denver's they're in a very peculiar situation, dude. Because they made this move to win right now. They hired Nathaniel Hackett hoping that they were going to get Aaron Rodgers. They didn't get Aaron Rodgers. They got Russell Wilson. That was their second guy. And now the same thing happens with the coach. DeMeco Ryans and Jim Harbaugh were their guy because they didn't want to give up draft compensation. Although I do think Sean Payton was the guy they wanted, but they didn't want to give up draft compensation. DeMeco Ryans turns them down. Jim Harbaugh turns them down. They pivot and give up draft compensation to get Sean Payton. How much did they sign him for too, Irv? Do you know? Do we know yet?
I don't know. They haven't released his contract yet.
Probably gave him a fucking boatload of money.
Well, that doesn't count against the cap. So
Nah, it doesn't
really matter.
It doesn't, but it does count if he sucks or if the team sucks because you're paying that dude a ton of money.
They're gonna be way better under Sean Payton than fucking Nathaniel Hackett. That's like,
will they be better? Sure. How many games better? I don't know.
Well, if he fixes Russell Wilson,
that's the whole thing, dude. Is like we don't know because Russell Wilson's been asked for like 2.5 years now under multiple different coaches. Can he fix Russell Wilson? Maybe, sure.
If he could fix Jameis Winston, he could fix Russell Wilson.
But
Previous reports suggest that he could receive as much as $20 million, making him the highest paid annual salary.
I mean, the Broncos got that Walmart money. They got that Walmart money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, your owner's worth $75 billion. $20 million is a tax write-off.
It's hella funny in my opinion because Cardinals Twitter is just going fucking berserk. They're like, oh my god, how do we lose out on Sean Payton? I'm like, yo, they weren't partying with the third pick overall to get Sean Payton. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't gonna happen.
Even if y'all agreed to trade for him, it wouldn't have been the third pick overall. Y'all probably would have given him the 2024 first round pick or something.
Yeah,
like
but they
that.
probably wouldn't have wanted it because the Saints didn't have a first round pick this year. They wanted a first round pick this year.
Then they wasn't getting. Well, anyway, even if they were, the biggest thing with the Cardinals is Kyler. So
yeah, but I mean, like Sean Payton is a well-respected guy who could probably fix Kyler, but that's why I've wanted Brian Flores because Brian Flores is a no-nonsense guy. Like he ain't gonna let Kyler.
Yeah, but if that's the case, and Kyler don't take heed to it or take it well, then y'all end up trading his ass.
Sure, trade him at that point. I mean, problem is who's gonna want that contract if you're actually offering him to trade him? Like, you know, teams are probably gonna be like, hold on.
Shit, depends on the team. Somebody would definitely want Kyler Murray.
Will they though? If he's got this attitude issue and he's a poor leader.
Yeah, because he has the potential to be a top 5, top 10 quarterback, and that can win you a championship. So it
Top
just
5,
depends
top
on-
10. He already is a top 10 quarterback, just walking.
Shit, the Browns picked up fucking Watson, so yeah, they'll definitely pick up Kyler.
Yeah, but the thing with Deshaun Watson, he's a good leader. You know, there's never been questions about Deshaun Watson's leadership.
Yeah, but there's questions about how much off-field presence he's gonna have.
That's fine, but if you lead in the locker room, then no one cares. That's the problem with Kyler is that, you know, former teammates of his come out and say like he's a shitty fucking leader, he's a shitty person in the locker room. And I mean, like, it's like I was telling Trev earlier today, like, you know, this is a guy that's been the best at every level he's played at. Like he's considered the greatest high school quarterback to ever live. You know what I mean? And then he wins a Heisman Trophy in college. So
well, not really. He's not the greatest high school quarterback that ever lived. He's undefeated, but I've watched other quarterbacks that look better than Kyler in high school.
Nah, like everybody considers him the greatest college quarterback or greatest high school quarterback.
Nah, not really.
Because he's the greatest Texas. Yeah, but Texas high school football is like the mecca of high school football.
It's really not. The Texas-California Bowl happened for how many years in a row, and how many years in a row we kicked their ass.
Yeah, I mean, I
get
get that,
high school football is California. Second is Florida. Third,
but still, like it doesn't like he's been the best guy everywhere he's been. You know what I mean? Like
but that don't give you an excuse to be an asshole.
It doesn't. But when you are like that, when you are like the best everywhere you go, then once you get to the NFL and you're like, holy shit, I'm not the best, and you're around other professional athletes, and you still act like that, like he just hasn't matured. He needs somebody. And let's be honest, dude. Cliff Kingsbury wasn't the kind of guy that held people accountable, right? So that's why they need someone like Brian Flores. They need someone that goes in there and treats everybody equally. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, I need to hurry up and hire him. So
yeah, something tells me they're gonna hire Lou Amarillo, dude. Which I don't think would be a terrible hire, but
what do you guys think of D'Amico going 6 years?
that means they committed to him.
Oh, absolutely. It's better than what they did for the last 2 years, and
it's a
one-year
rebuild.
contracts, but
and it's a rebuild too. And the fact he chose the Texans over the Broncos, I think that should like speak volumes for the Texans and their fan base and the ownership and the executives. Like he's committed to that organization, right? But
he did that mostly because he was a player there for damn near a decade. So
yeah, but I mean, like he wanted to be there. You know what I mean? Like he could have like the Broncos' job is a better job than the Texans. Let's be honest, right? He chose the
Texans. Every NFL job is a better job than the Texans.
That's what I'm saying. And he chose the Texans.
Number 2 overall pick. You get number 12 overall. Like you get to literally build your team, and they've got a lot of young.
That's a fair
talent.
point. That's a fair point.
They don't got a lot of young talent. They got some talent at key positions.
Yeah. They do need a lot of talent, though. They need a lot. They got talent, but they need a lot of talent.
Well, but look at that division too. I mean, you've got a Colts team who's
but now you got T-Law who's
floundering.
You got Trevor Lawrence who's emerging as like a fucking all-pro quarterback,
which are going downhill. So you can potentially
but the Titans
have 2 in that division.
Titans probably have arguably the best coach in football, in Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, but you can only coach players that are good.
For how long though? Because if they keep losing, I'm pretty sure he's gonna want out.
Yeah, but I mean, like, dude, he's won with like nothing. The problem with the Titans is they need a quarterback desperately.
But that Ohio State job becomes available, things to get interesting.
Well, this is the thing. So the Titans hired the guy from the Niners, right? Trey Lance is going to become available for trade, especially with these Brady rumors. Brady's, dude, you look it up on most books right now. Brady is the leading candidate to take the first snap for the San Francisco 49ers next year. He's always said he wants to play for the Bay, play for the Niners his last year.
We don't have the money to do it.
Yeah, they do.
No, we don't.
Bro, you think Tom Brady's gonna sign for an absorbent amount of money for his last year, especially if he could go to the Niners and win a Super Bowl with the best roster in football?
And they unretired Joe Montana's number for him.
Guarantee he'll go there for like $10 million, bro.
I don't even think we have $10 million. But even then, like I still don't think the draft capital that you spent on
You're not going to get it back. But the thing
no,
is,
exactly, you're not going to get it back unless he plays, and unless he plays well.
But this is a thing.
And you've got that capital. You've got Purdy, who's going to be ready a month into the season.
But Ben, this is the thing. The Niners have always been a quarterback away.
Yeah.
So we don't even know what Trey Lance is. We haven't seen it. What if they ride into the season with Trey Lance and he stinks? Because nobody knows. Like, yeah, we think he could be great. He's got amazing talent, but that doesn't mean you're going to be great. I mean, Jamarcus Russell had a ton of talent.
Hold your horses, buddy. You can't compare.
I'm not comparing him. I'm just saying, like, we don't know. Like, nobody knows what Trey Lance is.
Well, he's shown that he can make the throw. He's have to stay
Shown
healthy.
when? The one start he made, the few starts he's made, he looked good against a bad Texans team. He looked like shit against the Cardinals last year or 2 years ago, and then he looked awful. But it was a fucking hurricane he was playing in week 1, so it's hard to imagine. But my point is that the Niners are ready to win now, and you could tell from the press conference at the end with all the players, they were like, "Yo, like, we lost because we didn't have a fucking quarterback, dude," and they were fucking heartbroken.
Well, yeah, because their quarterback was playing with a ruptured UCL.
Right, but that's my point.
Couldn't throw the ball more than 2 yards.
So this is so look,
you're on your. So you even got fucking Josh Johnson.
I know, but hold on,
out of the game.
So Brock Purdy's shown he can win, right? He's got to recover from UCL and surgery. So you sign Tom Brady. Brock Purdy sits behind him for next year because it's going to be Brady's last ride. It's his last year, right? You guys win the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy becomes your starter. You trade Trey Lance for a first-round pick. The Titans are going to be interested because that dude's been in the Niners organization. Like, he's familiar with Trey Lance. He's probably going to give you the most you can get for Trey Lance, right?
But that also depends on how many years Tannehill has left.
Tannehill's, dude, we've seen what Tannehill can do, bro. He's done.
That also implies that Purdy is going to come back well from this shoulder surgery. This also implies that Trey Lance isn't going to beat Purdy, which he already did at the beginning of this year.
Well, Purdy was drafted irrelevant, dog. Because
we heard that he was still number 2 in off-season camps because Garoppolo was thrown on the sidelines.
Well, yeah, Garoppolo didn't even have a playbook.
Yeah,
because they wanted to trade him, but they fucked up, and they wanted more than they thought they could get. And so
it's a lot of scenarios that need to play itself out. But if the Niners get a quarterback, it's a wrap.
That's what I'm saying.
They should have Aaron Rodgers, but somebody got cold feet.
Yep. And so, you know what I mean? Like, it just makes more sense, in my opinion. If I'm the general manager, it makes more sense for me to trade Trey Lance because obviously we go into next year, he's not competing with Brock Purdy because Brock Purdy's not going to be able to throw for 6 months. So he can't compete with him in training camp. So then you're basically committing to Trey Lance being your quarterback next year, right? And if that's an unknown commodity, and you have a roster ready to build, ready to win. But if I get Tom Brady, I know that I'm getting a guy that can manage a game correctly. He's not going to turn the ball over in key situations, except when the announcers mention that he hasn't thrown a red zone interception in like fucking 2 years. Then he throws a red zone interception. But the Niners have a better offensive line than the Bucs do, right? He goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who had a ready-to-win roster. They win the Super Bowl. The Niners are in a very, very similar situation to the Tampa Bay Bucs. And they don't have to trade anything for him. He's a free agent. He can literally just sign with you. Right? So why not get as much as you can get for Trey Lance right now? Because what happens, you carry him into next year and he stinks. Then you can't trade him. Your locker room is going to be torn apart because they all are ready to win now and their quarterback can't do it. You know, and Brock Purdy's hurting. You know, who knows when he's going to be able to come back. They say 6 months. It could be 8 months. It could be 9 months. It could be longer. We don't know.
So you're going to have Josh Johnson back up Old Man Rivers when he breaks his back and
No,
Fucking
Brock Purdy's gonna be there.
Brock, you just said Brock Purdy can't play. What happens if he can't play for 8 months, 10 months?
Well, then you sign a Colt McCoy, who's played for Kyle Shanahan before, to back him up, or you draft another guy.
At this point, you keep Trey Lance because he's on his rookie deal.
Yeah, but the thing is, Ben, you can't.
You're not gonna get anything for Trey Lance right now, anyways, because he's got a broken ankle. They're not gonna get a first round pick for him.
You can't carry Trey Lance and Brock Purdy into next year because you have to maximize the value of one of those guys. And you can't maximize the value of Brock Purdy right now because he has a torn UCL. Nobody's going to trade for him with a torn UCL. Who's going to trade for him? I guarantee you could get a first rounder for Trey Lance from Tennessee because that GM was literally just working for the Niners.
Yeah, but he would have to be doing the Niners a favor. And how many GMs are going to do it? It's because of this former team. You're not just going to automatically do him a favor.
Well, if he
I
likes
just think
him,
the Niners need to go into. We need a clearer picture. We got to go through training camp, off-season program, and see. And
but you can't do that, Irv. Like, you can't do that. You can't.
Yes, they can, because they can sign a quarterback. They could draft a quarterback.
Yeah, they're not trading their 11th overall pick for Trey Lance. So
they can
maybe
draft
not
a quarterback.
Maybe not this
in
first
the
round.
second, third, or fourth round. This is a deep quarterback draft. Shit, they could draft Jacob Hayner.
Who?
The Niners.
That would be nasty.
He's falling down draft boards.
But the thing is, though, is that this is a ready-to-win roster right now.
He's Brock Purdy with a better arm, and he's a better athlete. So the Niners are gonna be all right, man. They just need the luck they have with the QB position. This ain't probably happened ever. So they need to trade Jimmy G, get whatever they can.
They
get
can't
for
trade
him.
Jimmy G. He's a free agent.
Oh, well, Jimmy G's out the door. So if they're going to go through the offseason with Purdy and Lance, of course, they're going to wait for Purdy to get healthy, but they just need to find a guy that they like in this draft and draft him.
But that's the thing is, like, if you go into the season with Trey Lance and he's not good, then what do you do?
Then they would have to cross that bridge when they get there. They're not finna just trade. Dude, they gave up 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, but would you rather get something back for him now?
They're gonna exhaust every option they got before even entertaining the thought of trading Trey Lance.
Nah,
because that first-round draft pick,
Tom Brady's gonna be the quarterback of the Niners next year. I'll put that on right now too. I'm telling you guys right now.
They get Tom Brady, but I wouldn't.
Let's make a bet right now. Let's make a bet right now, Ben. I'm saying Tom Brady will be the quarterback of the 49ers next year. All right?
Okay.
I'm saying that.
All right.
If Tom Brady is the quarterback of the 49ers, I get a Tom Brady jersey.
Tom Brady 49ers jersey, okay.
And you gotta find a way to get it autographed for me.
I don't know if I can do that, but I will do my damnedest.
Just try. Find somebody that knows somebody, because you're out in San Mateo. That's where he's from.
That's true.
So I know your girl knows somebody that probably knows somebody that knows his family.
Does, but yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then if Tom Brady is not the quarterback, I will get you an autographed Trey Lance jersey if he's the quarterback next year.
Okay. I already have Lance jersey.
I know, but I'll get you an autographed Trey Lance jersey.
Okay.
To hang behind you right there.
There we go. I'm just waiting for the office, man. The second that office comes in, it's gonna be bats, helmets, jerseys.
Is that that's fair though?
Yeah.
Because I know Danny knows somebody that knows Tom Brady.
I will try to get it signed.
In regardless, I still want a Tom Brady autograph.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the game. We spent a lot of fucking time not talking about the Super Bowl. But that's okay. We had a lot going on today. That's all right. All right, so let's talk about the Super Bowl. Chiefs, Eagles. The line opened as a pick 'em. We talked about this on Sunday. Got bet up to Eagles -2.5. It's been bet back down since then. We're now at 1.5. So Eagles favored by 1.5 now. So we've seen a lot of money coming on the Chiefs +2.5, including your boy, who took the Chiefs +2.5.
It's gonna flip too.
I don't know if it'll flip, dude.
Guarantee it. It's gonna flip.
I said on Sunday I think it'll close at a pick or -1 Eagles. I still think it's the same way.
Once we see Kyler practicing, once we see him, or sorry, not Kyler, Mahomes practicing.
You're not going to get a lot of video on it though.
A lot of, but they saying a lot of the big bets are coming in on the Eagles though.
Well,
Yeah.
no, and a lot of the big bets are not coming in on the Eagles, or else the line would have stayed at 2.5.
Yeah.
The line moving tells you a lot of the big bets are coming in on the Chiefs. The money line has also gone down. I got Chiefs money line +113. It's now down to +105 at most shops. So we're seeing
It's
it
gonna flip.
We're seeing it come down. It could flip. I just don't see it. Because I think there was a lot of overreaction on Sunday. I think that everyone saw the Eagles defense dominate and they were like, "Oh my God, the Chiefs are a little banged up. Their wide receivers are banged up. Juju's banged up. Tony's banged up. Mahomes is banged up. I'm gonna take Eagles at a pick, which might be a great play." But then it goes to 2.5, and you probably saw a lot of buyback from people that took the Eagles at a pick. They were probably like, "Well, this line's moved too much. Now I'm gonna take Mahomes as a dog because Mahomes doesn't lose as a dog." So we're seeing that buyback now.
Well, like you said, this is what reminds me of the Eagles versus the Chiefs versus the Niners.
Yep.
The Eagles had the better roster, the better defense, the better skill players for the most part outside of Tyreek Hill and Kelsey. And somehow, some way, the Chiefs won because they had the better quarterback. So
I really think that the wide receiver core of Kansas City has really stepped up in the last 2 games, which
That's the thing. They got those injuries to Juju and Tony. Like they'll probably play, right?
They're gonna play.
I think
They've
Juju.
got 2 weeks.
I think Juju and Tony is gonna play. I don't know if Hardman gonna play again because they said he aggravated that groin injury, so he might not be available.
I thought Valdez Scantling looked great.
Yeah, he did. He stepped up.
He's got that speed.
He can definitely take a top off of defense. So
Yep.
You got the better of the 2 Kelsey brothers. They just need to fucking run the ball. Jesus Christ.
Well, Irv's gonna sit here and tell you, "Oh, they run the screens. It's part of this. It's an extension of the running
screens
game."
and the running back out the backfield is an extension of your run game.
See,
Andy Reid is not going to make you force him to run the ball, even if you play too high safety. He's just going to run.
but that's the problem, Irv, is it cost them in the AFC Championship in 2022 against the Bengals.
Yeah, it did cost them this year. They ran the ball way more this year.
Yeah.
It's not about them running the ball and getting yards. It's about them making teams respect the fact that they're going to actually try and run the ball. And that's pretty much what they're doing.
I think the Eagles, obviously, they have one of the best defenses in football.
The Eagles like to blitz, though. And blitz Mahomes if you want to.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, they like to sit in zones. They like to sit in zone and blitz, and that's like the worst thing you want to do to Mahomes.
Yep.
But I do think that a big part of this comes down to Mahomes being healthy, because Mahomes has the highest QBR outside of the pocket. So a big part of his success relies on getting outside of the pocket. He has to, and he'll obviously be healthier. He is 2 weeks, right? And he looked.
Yeah, if you're giving him 2 more weeks on that ankle. Now, Sunday, he probably looked about, like I said, 75, 80%.
I'd say 70.
He's probably going to be closer to, I'll say 90, 85, 90, 95%.
And then he made the plays that he had to do.
Exactly. So I think him 90%, 95%, he's going to be all right.
I just have a hard time betting against Mahomes as a dog.
Yeah, I'm not. If he's an underdog, I'm riding with Mahomes.
It's crazy because all the numbers tell me to take Philly.
See, but again, I really didn't. I think Philly has walked through these playoffs.
Well, they walked through the whole season, dude. They had the worst.
Yeah.
They had the easiest schedule DVOA.
Yeah.
That's not to say that they're
up a team
And that's not to say they're a bad team. You know, we talked about this.
No,
Like,
I
who was
don't.
the best quarterback they faced? Aaron Rodgers and Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence in week 2, that was like, or 3 or 4, whatever. It was early in the season before they really got good.
Yep.
And then obviously they caught Rodgers in the Packers. That game actually kind of propelled the Packers season. It was like,
Yeah.
they hung in there. They threw the ball all over the fucking field. You know, the Eagles couldn't stop them. But the problem was that the Packers couldn't stop the Eagles, so it's like, you know, it came down
unless
to
they take out Mahomes, then they can run with with Kansas City. But I think Mahomes he has the vision, he has the mobility that he's not going to get in those situations.
We
where
hope he has the mobility.
He's gonna get his arm hit. He's gonna get a concussion there. Like I don't see that happening because Mahomes has that vision that I don't know if any other QB has.
Nah, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in football. There's no debate about it. There isn't a quarterback. It's Patrick Mahomes, and then it's everybody else. And I'm talking Burrow, the Josh Allens, everybody, dude. There's
until Caleb Williams get drafted.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, Caleb could be nice, dude, but like until it happens,
I'm just talking shit. But off topic, the Niners should draft Hendon Hooker or Jacob Hayner.
We know you said it. Thank you.
Shit, if I was the Broncos, I'd draft Hendon Hooker. He might drop to the 3rd round.
I draft Jake Hayner over Hendon Hooker all day.
Nah,
bro, Hayner's got a way better arm, and
he don't.
And he's a better.
No, he
this game.
I watched tape on Hooker today.
Yeah, but Hayner's way better pre-snap. He
okay, but he don't know when it comes to just purely throwing the football. Hooker probably got the best arm in his draft.
No, hell no.
Okay, speaking of pre-snap, we got coin toss.
Yep.
Heads -105, tails -105.
Yeah, I said go heads all the time.
Yeah, last year I took heads and it hit.
Last year was heads.
Last 2 years have been heads.
Has been heads. 4 out of the last 5 have been heads. But then you go down and you've got 4 straight tails and 5 straight heads.
It's probably gonna be tails this year. I'm probably gonna take tails this year. Tails never fails.
Head is great though.
It is. Hold on, before we get to those kind of odds, I want to talk Super Bowl MVP because this is interesting to me because the Chiefs +105 to win the Super Bowl, right? Patrick Mahomes +135 to win MVP, +130, +115. It really depends on where you get the book, where you shop at. Shop for the best number. But if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, there's zero chance anybody else is MVP but Patrick Mahomes. Zero chance. Like, there's zero value on anybody on the Chiefs other than Patrick Mahomes to win the Super Bowl. Do we all agree with that?
What about Jones at +4,200?
Chris Jones?
Uh-huh.
No chance, dude. Only way the Chiefs win a game is because Patrick Mahomes, dude.
The only way Chris Jones gets Super Bowl MVP, he has to go full Aaron Donald mode.
Yeah, he has to have like 6 sacks.
Yeah, but that would be if you can stifle Philadelphia to.
Man, Chris Jones has
3 points.
He has 2 sacks in his entire playoff career, and they both happened last week.
He would have to have like 3.5 sacks, a forced fumble. One of those that forced fumble leads to a pickup touchdown. It'll have to be in the 4th quarter.
Nobody other than Patrick Mahomes is any value for Super Bowl.
It's hard
MVP.
for a defensive player to win Super Bowl MVP. It hasn't happened since Von Miller. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
Why? Well, that's the thing is like on the flip side, I think Hassan Reddick at +4,000 has a ton of value for the Eagles.
yeah, he has probably the best chance of any defensive player winning defensive MVP because he's an edge rusher and
he would have been if they had a NFC Championship MVP, he would have been it.
That's the way football goes now. QB protecting that blind side with those tackles and edge rushers. Those are top 3 most important positions, and they have the biggest impact on the game besides Aaron Donald because you know what he can do up the middle. He's it. game record.
Yeah, I mean, outside of like, there's nobody I would take on the Chiefs outside of Patrick Mahomes. It's just it has no value. But the Eagles,
Unless Scanlon just goes crazy and has like 4 touchdown catches.
yeah, but he's gonna go crazy because Patrick Mahomes gonna be running around, fucking throwing blind, fucking no look
and he would
passes
still
to
win
him.
MVP. Kelsey could probably get it.
Nah, because same thing. It's dude. There's zero chance anybody but Mahomes gets it for the Chiefs.
Cup won Super Bowl MVP last year.
Yeah, because he was the MVP.
No, you could have easily gave it to Matthew Stafford. You could have easily gave it to Aaron Donald. Well, he doesn't catch that pass, and Matthew Stafford doesn't throw the damn ball.
Yeah, but come on, man.
That's the logic you just used, though, me. That's the logic.
Mahomes is he's just different, bro. He's different. Mahomes different, dog. And the Chiefs don't have the Rams defense of last year, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, if the Chiefs win this game, it's because of Patrick Mahomes. That's what we've been saying. Like, that's the X factor, right? Because the Eagles are the better team.
Yeah, I know I don't see anybody winning it outside of Mahomes, but if the Eagles win, I think Hassan Reddick might have a shot at doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a couple people that have a shot, even a major long shot.
Who?
AJ Brown.
I mean, AJ Brown is
AJ Brown's
shot.
not even a long shot as Hassan Reddick.
AJ Brown is at I just saw him. Where'd he go?
He's at plus 1,400.
Oh yeah, I see him as plus 1,150 at my bookie.
Yeah, so he's around there, 1,100 to 1,400.
So Hassan Reddick or Patrick Mahomes for your Super Bowl MVPs.
I'm also going with Kenneth Gainwell at plus 18,000.
Nah, there's no fucking chance, dog. He don't touch the
Dude,
ball enough.
He was a huge factor of them winning last game.
Ben.
And at plus 18,000, why
Ben.
not put fucking $10?
Ben, stop it. The only reason why they won last game was because Brock Purdy got hurt.
No, absolutely.
And who
but
hurt
Kenneth
him?
Gainwell played hella well.
Yeah, Kenneth Gainwell plays well, but he don't touch the ball enough.
Yeah, but if he goes and he has 2 huge runs again, where he gets,
he'd have to score 2 touchdowns on those 2 runs of like 80 yards or more.
He had a 21-yard run last week, and
he didn't even score a touchdown.
No, he got a touchdown last week.
1 touchdown. He not winning it. Do not
at 18,000.
He's not winning. You're just throwing money away at that point. You're burning it.
Give me Reed Blankenship at 26,000.
Oh my
god! Or Mike
Dana. Ben's out here just
Zach
fucking
Pascal,
throwing away money. Dog.
Trent McDuffie, Sue.
Nah,
all 26,000.
For the Chiefs, there's nobody worth playing other than Mahomes, and in my opinion, it's for the Eagles. There you can make a case for like AJ Brown,
Sanders.
Maybe Miles Sanders, but I still think that if the Eagles win the game, Hassan Reddick could have a huge part of that, and for the value at 40-1, I think that's solid value because Hurts is like plus 120, plus 125, plus 130, depending on where you're at. That's not a ton of value considering that, he's not why they win games.
Yeah.
So, like, for that, there's no value in playing that at all. Now, if you think the Chiefs are going to win, taking Patrick Mahomes as the MVP is probably smarter than taking Chiefs money line because if the Chiefs win, Mahomes is 99% likely to be the MVP.
Agreed.
Points scored this season, including playoffs. Chiefs 546, Eagles 546. And check out the phone case. Yeah, I know it's swagged
out. Yeah, but the Eagles played a lot easier competition than the Chiefs did throughout the course of the year.
I agree.
So that's the problem with that there. That's the thing with the Eagles is like I think they're a great team, dude. I do think that overall they're the better team, but they really have not played a lot of teams.
Well, they get the ultimate test this Super Bowl.
Yep.
I just put my $10 bet on Kenneth Gainwell to win $1,800.
All right, our last segment. Officiating.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk officiating. So there's
Is
been
officiating going to play a huge role in this Super Bowl?
well, Carl Sheffers is the head official, and he averages the most flags of any officiating crew in the NFL. 12.59 flags per game.
Which game did he officiate last game?
I don't think he officiated last game.
Okay.
He's
So I think you look at both. There was definitely an equal amount of penalties there. I think it was more of an issue in the Bengals Chiefs game.
well, I thought the
A lot of those
officiating
Niners penalties were fucking dumb, but
I thought the officiating in the Niners Eagles game was pretty trash, but
yeah,
you know, at the same time it was still like the Bengals game, like we could talk about officiating, but at the same time it was the out of bounds play was like, let's be honest, dude, that was a penalty.
no, for sure, 100%.
And everyone wants to talk about like the call where they stopped the play and the Chiefs ran it still, but nobody heard the whistle. Like, dude, you could see the official running on the field, like waving the play dead. You know what I mean? Just nobody heard it. And we could talk about officiating and all this shit and like, is it rigged? You know, we talked about this a lot last year with the pass interference calls. Is like it's so picky choosy when they want to call pass interference. It is. And it's somehow like officiating does have a huge part in who wins and loses a game. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. It's awesome when you're on the right side of it. It sucks when you're on the wrong side of it.
Yep.
You know, but like sitting here and telling you what side is going to be the right side, I have no clue. It's just, you know, it's part of sports gambling, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you're
just bitter about
accepting
the
that
LeBron
risk.
call, aren't you?
Well, that LeBron call was trash, dude. There's a lot of fucking. There's a lot of trash. Damn, Nevada smacks San Diego State. That's crazy, bro. It's just, you know, when you bet on sports, though, you have to accept the fact that, you know, sometimes things aren't going to go your way and calls aren't going to go your way, and sometimes they are. When they go your way, it's awesome. And when they go against you, it fucking sucks, dude. And, you know, it's just something you have to live with. You know, you have to accept the fact that you're not going to win every single game. You have to accept it. And if you can't accept it, you probably shouldn't be betting on sports.
Fangio to the Niners, defensive coordinator.
Damn, they hired. I thought he was going to the Dolphins.
Yeah, I thought y'all was getting Wilkes. Y'all interviewed Wilkes today.
We're interviewing Fangio next.
I think y'all should go with Wilkes, bro.
This dude just wants Fig Fangio, and
no, I'm just saying
no way he goes to
their
Denver
system is
see.
built for a 4-3. Vic runs a 3-4. If they want to continue the system that they had last year, or closest to D'Amico Ryans, they should hire Wilkes.
Yeah, but they could easily move to a 3-4. Move Bosa to an outside
I would
linebacker.
I think Bosa's better with his hand in the ground than he is standing up. And we seen what standing up did to Drake Jackson at USC.
That's true.
Go with Wilkes, bro.
Not my decision.
Well, the overhit in San Diego State. Let's go. That's what we needed, baby boy. Fucking Pelicans just killed me, bro. They ruined my perfect day, dog. Fucking assholes.
How was y'all beers? Best bets?
Nah, no best bets
like,
today.
I'm done with this.
No best bets today. We're doing it next week. Best bets coming next week. All right.
All right. Well, Sean Payton is a Denver Bronco.
Fuck Sean Payton. Fuck
You're
the
sleeping well
Broncos.
tonight, huh?
We're gonna be A-okay.
He's sleeping well, just like he thought he was sleeping well last year. Talking about, oh, the Broncos gonna win the AFC West, gonna go to the fucking Super Bowl.
I didn't say we was going to the Super Bowl. I did say we was winning our division.
Yeah, you ain't winning the division next year. I'll promise you that much. You want to make a bet on that?
We gotta get closer to the first game of the year. I'm not finna say we win the division
You won't even finish top 2 in your division next year.
in February.
I'll put that on there.
Oh, okay.
I'll say that.
That's cool.
I got 2 best bets tomorrow. Go with
Peyton.
some
Hurricanes
hockey bets?
minus 165. Yep, and Maple Leafs plus I think it's 115.
I don't know. Boston been struggling. I think they snap out of it tomorrow. I think they lost 3 in a row for the first time this year.
They did lose 3 in a row.
The Bruins?
Yep.
This is the first time they lost 3 in a row the whole year.
Yep.
Damn. They were on like an incredible roll though, dude. They were they won like 19 in a row at one point, dude.
They had to come back to life sometime.
Maple Leafs beat them the first game, lost the second game. It's coming back. Game 3 in Toronto. They're winning it.
I like the Florida Gators plus 6 tomorrow.
Nah, they getting their asses ran by what's the name by Tennessee.
Nope. I like the Florida Gators at home plus 6. Todd Golden. Florida's been good at home in conference play too.
Last time we picked the Gators, they got their asses blew out.
Yeah, but we picked them on the road in non-conference play. We're picking them in conference play this time. I like Florida tomorrow.
It's probably the best team in the SEC.
Yeah, Florida's good in the SEC, but it's still a conference game. You're giving me 6 on the road? Please. Please, bro. I'll take it all day. Plus Tennessee, they get in foul trouble a lot very early, which hurts them on the road.
Okay, buddy. We'll see.
Give me the Gators, dog. We Gators.
I'll never in my life do that.
Gators tomorrow, baby. Let's go.
Fuck Tim Tebow.
What do you got tomorrow, Irv?
For best bets? Give me the.
You got some bullshit.
No, I don't. Actually, it's a good one. Give me the shit. I don't really got one, but I'm gonna think of one. All right, give me the Warriors. They've been playing good basketball. Plus 2.5 again on the road against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Ooh, I kind of like the T-Wolves in that spot.
Huh?
Kind of like the T-Wolves in that spot.
No Karl Anthony Towns and probably no Rudy Gobert.
Bro, Karl Anthony Towns hasn't played in like 3 months.
I'm just saying. And they just lost to Sacramento. Yeah, give me Golden State.
All right. There we have it. Let's go.
And the under. I should have went under 240.
Yeah, that's a huge under, dude. I went under 240 for the Bucks Hornets. It got bet up to 244. I was like, I woke up this morning and saw that shit. I was like, holy fuck, dude. I got a bad number. Usually when that happens, you end up losing like 85% of the time. Not today, baby. The gambling gods are on my side, baby. Let's go.
By 1 point.
Let's go, dude. Half a point, dude. I got the full. It ended at 239. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you everybody for joining us. Make sure to go to Tavour.com or download the Tavour app straight to your mobile device. Use promo code TAPROOM for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. Awesome time hanging out with the guys tonight. Fucking bullshit and talking a lot of sports. Talking some Super Bowl, gambling. We're going to be back next week talking a lot more. We're going to be talking a lot of crazy props. We're going to break down the national anthem, Gatorade bath, all that shit. So you're definitely going to want to tap in with us. Sorry we spent a lot of time talking about Irvin's stupid ass Broncos. It's unfortunate we fucking wasted half a show talking about that shit, but
well, you just mad because you're a Cardinals fan.
Dude, I'm not emotionally invested in my team any longer. I'm emotionally invested in my money.
I'm not emotionally invested in the Broncos.
Okay. I hope not. because it's only gonna
I
hurt
just
you.
want to see my team do well. I'm not finna cry if they lose. Hell no. Only team I ever cried when they lost is my Lakers and USC. That's it.
Yeah, USC is really the only team I'm really emotionally invested in. But anyways, thank you everybody for joining us. We really appreciate y'all for real. Join us on Sunday. We'll be breaking down. Damn, Sunday we don't even have football, so we're literally only gonna talk Super Bowl again.
Oh my Dodgers.
We're gonna be talking more Super Bowl.
We could watch that. We could talk that slapping league.
Oh yeah, slap
Oh,
me.
dude, holy Jesus.
Ew. We'll be talking Super Bowl, maybe some NBA, maybe some NHL, a little bit of everything. So
Probably some UFC this week.
we don't even have good
Oh, yeah.
UFC this week though.
Wait, do John Jones fight this weekend or next weekend?
Nah, he don't fight till March, bro, or April.
Bro, I thought it was in February.
Yeah, but it's like probably way later on. Anyways, we love y'all. Peace. Let's get this money. Have a great fucking Tuesday.
Oh, it's March 4th. Damn.
Wednesday. Today is Tuesday.
Oh, it's in
Have a great
Vegas,
Wednesday.
too.
Have a great Wednesday. Thank you, Ben. Let's go.